ご覧いただきありがとうございます。現地8月8日、メッツのホームシティフィールドで行われたニューヨークメッツ対シンシナティレッズの一戦。ナショナルリーグ東地区首位のメッツ、対するはナショナルリーグ中地区で44勝63敗と大きく負け越し、首位のカージナルスに 15.5 ゲーム差の3位、ワイルドカード圏内までも15ゲームと苦しいシーズンを送っているレッズ。ただこの苦戦はオフに大規模な主力放出、ファイヤーセールを行ったことから十分に予想できたと言えるでしょう。昨シーズン12勝を挙げたサウスポーウェイド・マイリーには1000万ドルのチームオプションを行使せずノンテンダーとし、マイリーはカブスへ、ローテーションの一角ソニー・グレイはツインズへ、63試合に登板したセットアッパーアミール・ギャレットはロイヤルズへトレード。野手ではホームラン31本のエイフェニオ・スアレス、打率3割5厘、ホームラン24本、OPS949 のジェシー・ウィンカーをマリナーズへトレード。そしてニック・カスティアノスは残り2年の契約をオプトアウトして FA となりフィリーズへ。レッズフロントは引き止めのための交渉を行わず、このようなチームの姿勢にフラストレーションをためたファンからは、レッズオーナーシップに対し、チームに勝つために投資をするつもりがないのならチームを売れとの声も上がりました。しかしこれに対しオーナーボブ・カステリーニの息子で球団社長フィル・カステリーニはシンシナティでの開幕戦を前にこの発言。
Well, where are you going to go? Let's start there. I mean, sell the team to who? I mean, that's the other thing. I mean, you want to have this debate. You know, if you want to look at what would you do with this team to have it be more profitable, make more money, compete more in the current economic system that this game exists, it would be to pick it up and move it somewhere else.
The answer is, are you going to abandon being a Reds fan? Are you going to abandon following this team? We haven't abandoned it. We haven't abandoned investing in the team and the community. So the point is, how about everybody just settle down and celebrate and cheer for the team? You can hate on us all you want. We're not going anywhere. Stay tuned and be a fan. Celebrate these guys. What I mean is, stay loyal to your team and the players that give you 110% effort every day.
ブーブー言わずに応援しろと、文句があるなら他の町へ移るぞと、いいのかと。そして開幕、レッズは最初の25試合を3勝22敗、最悪と言えるスタートを切ったのです。FA となったニック・カスティアノスのフィリーズ入りが決まった際のコメントが刺さります。
When you hear that John Middleton said we can go over the luxury tax because you're the right player and the only player that they would have done this for, how much does that mean to you?
I mean, it's a lot of respect. At the end of the day, baseball comes down to ownership. The owner either wants to invest and cares about winning or doesn't. So it speaks a lot to who he is. So Philadelphia should be pumped that that guy is behind the Phillies.
シーズンが進むにつれ最悪の状態は脱しましたが、迎えた現地8月2日のトレードデッドラインでも予想通り完全に売り手に回ります。ルイス・カスティーヨ、タイラー・マーリー、ブランドン・ドゥルーリー、タイラー・ネイキンなど主力を軒並み放出したのです。ただその一方で引き換えにトレード相手の各チームからトップ10もしくはそれに準ずるプロスペクトを大量に獲得しました。この日はそんなシンシナティレッズを応援するためにアウェイのスタジアムを訪れたレッズファンにインタビューを行い、今シーズンのチーム、オーナーシップ、そして残念ながらシーズン途中で退団することになった秋山翔吾などについて聞きました。
Ken, it's been an up and down roller coaster, quite honestly. I hated trading Winker and Suarez in the offseason.And obviously, everyone in baseball knows about the comments that the Castellinis made on opening day in Cincinnati. It's just disgusting. But we knew what the season was going into it. I really like the moves they made at the trade deadline. And in 2024, I'm hoping that this team is competing for a World Series at that point. Well, that's it. I lived in Cincinnati almost my whole life.I don't want to say you get used to some of the ups and downs, but you kind of do. But this team needs to make a real serious run in a couple of years. And if they're not, or if they don't, then this whole fire sale that they did a week ago means nothing. So they need to make the right decisions, or hopefully they made the right decisions. Well, I mean, I don't have their. I mean, I'm not the one in charge of the team, so it is what it is. But at the same point, you look at the NL Central now, it's pretty wide open, quite honestly. And if they would have kept what they had, they'd be competing for a championship right now in the NL Central. So hard to say that it is what it is when you know what they could have been this year, but hopefully, as I said, it carries over 2 years from now. They're one of those teams that are winning the National League Central for the next 4 or 5 years. So right now, by far and away, the favorite player is Jonathan India, and that's not even a question. Oh, absolutely, that's not even a question. First of all, he won National League MVP. He's taken the team to multiple playoff appearances, and when you look at the contract that he signed, and then you compare it to other contracts of similar size, like an Albert Pujols or something like that, there's no question Joey Votto's been the most consistent player throughout his career of all those long contracts. So when you take everything into account, I think it's undoubtedly a Hall of Famer. Maybe not first ballot, but definitely second or third. I think Pete Rose should be in based on his qualifications as a player. Plus, we don't, in today's society, it's not like it's a one strike and you're out type of deal. You can't have the #1 hitter in all of baseball history not in the Hall of Fame. It just doesn't make sense.
I'm RJ. Yeah, I don't like the Reds. I don't like the Mets. All my friends are Mets fans. I'm a Yankee fan. I like to be an asshole. But I don't know anything about baseball. Yeah, I just like home runs. I want to see people hit home runs. And all my best friends are Mets fans. So I just do this to make them I do this to make them angry. There's another thing. I just want to make my friends angry. Yeah, I hope they lose tonight.
My name is Mike Sauce. Well, let's see, I'm 35, and I was able to think for myself from the age of probably like 4, so 31 years. This season sucks, but you know, we did some good stuff at the trade deadline. We've always got Joey Votto until he like hits the age of 45, and then he's gone. But you know, the season started out really bad, but ever since the All-Star break, we've been really solid. We haven't lost a series since. So we've won 16 games out of our last 25. So it's a fun team to watch right now, but the season itself overall isn't very exciting. You know, I feel like when you're part of a team that's going to do a fire sale, you're kind of expecting it, and you kind of numb yourself to it. You take a nice cold bath. You do some, you do whatever sort of things that need to take you out of your mind too much, and you just kind of focus on the future. And I thought they did a really good job with the trades. I knew we weren't going to try to get a bunch of like guys for today. We're going to get guys for 2 or 3 years from now, and I'm excited for the future, but also pessimistic about the present. Phil Castellini comments were some of the most tone deaf I've ever heard, and he literally said, where else are you going to go? And fans are like, well, I'll dump my money into the Bengals. I'll dump my money into a playoff caliber FC Cincinnati MLS team. So the answer's right there, Phil. They're going to pump it into other stuff. Invest in your team, and, good things will happen. But, what are you going to do with... Yeah, I can't say too much. Shogo was somebody who, from the get-go, as soon as we got him, I wanted him to succeed. He was a fantastic get. Everybody in Cincinnati was excited. The Reds have never had a Japanese player, and so it made sense as like, oh, we're the longest baseball team, the longest-running franchise. The fact that we haven't had a Japanese player until now, it's kind of crazy. And then we got him as like this great thing, and he was fast, and it just never materialized. And nobody was rooting for that guy to get his first home run more than me. I remember doing the Bally Sports Trivia. me and Josh Sneed and Danny Graves, and like every time Shogo would come up, we're like, all right, it's time. We're gonna get Shogo's first home run, and it just never happened. But what a super nice guy. Nothing wrong with him as an individual, just wasn't ready for MLB pitching, unfortunately. Absolutely. Yeah, that's not even a question. In fact, you didn't even ask it as a question because you know it's not a question. Joey Votto is a Hall of Famer, first ballot. Get the Canadian ham into the Hall. We love you, Joey Votto. You're our favorite.
なお、この日の試合はメッツが5対1で勝利。そして翌現地9日もメッツはリンドアが4打数1安打。その1安打がホームランで打率を2割6分8厘とする活躍などで6対2で快勝。レッズは後半戦開始後、初のシリーズ負け越しとなりました。そんなシンシナティレッズ、現地10日にメッツとの3連戦最終戦を経て、11日にはシカゴカブスとのフィールド・オブ・ドリームスゲームに臨むことになります。ご覧いただきましてありがとうございました。よろしければチャンネル登録をお願いいたします。